Hey, welcome back to the channel, Dove. In today's video, we are going to be launching another episode of this series. What if civilization restarted? Episode 3. In today's video, there will be a lot of other things that you will see, and I hope you grab some popcorn because this will be entertaining. I'm sure of it. And I hope so. So let's dive straight into the video. Let's go straight to the Spaniards. The Spaniards over here are, well, great people. However, they want to do a manifest destiny over here in Africa. And they really want to connect their borders over here. So that's exactly what they do. However, they do not have the funds to do so. However, they do have the funds to expand just a little bit, just not enough. Barely enough to do so. And then Great Britain comes in and decides, hey, we'll fund your thing because, well, we're nice people. We're Christians. Of course we're gonna be nice. So that's exactly what they do. They give economic aid to help with this. And this is now the Spaniards in Africa. Very long, kind of like Chile. The super long place over here. I'm very sorry about the dog. Please ignore the dog. Now let's get back to the video. Just ignore the dog. The next thing that happens is back over in Europe. Over here in Europe, we've got a new alliance member of the Star David Alliance, and that is Czech. Czech has joined the alliance. Now, why, you may ask? Well, Czech feels threatened by, well, nobody, and also because they are struggling with their economy, and so they asked for help, in which they have two massive countries that are willing to help, and that is exactly why they decided to join, basically for economics. Now, next thing that's on the list for what's going to happen is, let's go back to Saudi Arabia. Last episode, we had a civil war within the NATO industry. However, this country over here is not really the original, but more so the real cause for NATO to even happen in the first place, and they decided to stop it. They decided to end it completely. And so now, because of such political instability within NATO, this Saudi Arabian country has been given plenty of opportunities to grow, in which it has fallen and many places are divided up. Like, for instance, let's just show you what it's going to look like in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is what the Middle East looks like now, with all of this divided up. Now, continuing on with this episode, let's go and travel over all the way to Asia. Now, over here in Asia, we have yet to see any countries. And so we've got a new country being formed, made up by civilians of all sorts of countries over here. All sorts, from everywhere. You name it. It's like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, India, Pakistan, Iran, Iraq. All of these places in the Middle East. They're all coming from over here, all the way to over here. So the first country to be formed over here is all the way here in China. So we have the first country over here to be formed, and it has about the population of, well, maybe a little bit over, a few 100,000 or so. They take over a little bit of this area as well in Taiwan. Wow, there's another country being formed, which is basically the Koreans, and also I just want to make sure that I'm using color that isn't repeated, mainly because, well, don't want to get it all mixed up. Ignore Hank in the background, please. Yeah, just ignore that. So we've got Korea being formed way over here. And this time around, there probably won't be a K-pop or stuff like that. I hope not, honestly. So this is Korea, and this is China. Now, back over here in Oceania, we've had Oceania, which is partly explored over here. Not much of it is explored. So what this country over here is going to do is they're going to send a full amount of people, and they're just going to explore all of Australia. And they are going to be able to complete their conquest over here. They're going to be able to find New Zealand as well. They're going to be able to find some of this stuff as well. Now, back over here, the Oceanic, which is going to be called the Oceanic Empire or Republic, you can name it. I don't really care what it's called, but this is a really dark blue team, and they're going to be able to annex quite a bit of land in Oceania. They're annexing so much that somehow they are not falling. They're not falling from anything. This is very unrealistic. They should have fallen, but no, they have not. And they have conquered all of Oceania. Now, let's fix this up real quick. And I forgot to mention that we have to make sure that they take these areas as well, because this is also a part of Oceania. Perfect. They have a new Oceanic Imperial Empire. Now, I think that this is a lot and very unrealistic, but it happened. Yeah, it just happened. And now it is time to make these borders look normal for once. And now over here in India, they will decide to explore even more. They decide to explore more, not over the Himalayas, but they try to a little bit. They have some deaths, of course, and they're able to move around it, which is smart for once. For once in their lives, they are actually pretty smart. The Himalayan mountains is about right here. So they're able to conquer a bunch of land over here, claim it, and then they decide to claim all of this. So now they have the Himalayas within their reach. Now for Pakistan and these other countries, they will not do anything about it. They won't decide to take any claims or anything like that. They're just gonna do what they do best and sit back. Now India looks like a huge cone with ice cream, you could say. And now back over here in Europe, Great Britain is going to annex Greenland. Or just gonna annex all of this. They're going to explore more of Canada. They're able to explore these islands over here, which is quite a lot to explore. They're able to explore a lot compared to some other places. And now that you may think about it, if this is explorable, then all of Oceania is explorable as well. Now, back to being realistic. Psych, we're not going to be realistic at all. They are also just going to explore as much as they can before eventually running out materialistic goods to be able to claim all of this land. And, well, the reality is they probably didn't need to pay anyone, and they could just let them create new countries on their own. But, of course, they need to expand their country. So, why bother? And that will be it for today's video. However, before we do that, we have one more thing going on over here in Europe. And that is, we have a union. This country, this little country that gets no attention at all, is going to get some attention from Spain, and they are going to make a contract / union to unionize together. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And that will be all for today's video. So I really hoped you'd enjoyed today's video. And before I leave for today's video, I almost forgot that this area has not been explored. So they're just going to explore it real quick. So yeah, Thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you are enjoying the series. Comment down below if you have any ideas for future episodes. Thank you all so much. I love you all. God bless you, and have a good day. Peace.